Antiquarians of Tamriel unite. The Lost Treasures of Skyrim event of 2020 has begun, so whether you want the new Sovngarde style, the Gray Host Pillage boxes, or even the new Antiquarian's Alpine gallery home, we're going to have to dig our way to the top reward tier. I'm LordKelbor, and welcome to the channel. If you don't know me, I make guides for ESO as well as dabbling in other games and the occasional Twitch streams. So after this video, hang around and check out some of my other videos. You might find something you like. I've seen a lot of people asking questions in chat regarding this event, so after playing around a bit and doing some research, I figured I'd do my part and help you get the rewards that you deserve. Going through these, I've seen quite a bit of goodies coming out of the Gray Host Pillage boxes. Inside these you can find everything from crafting materials to vendor trash, style items from Blackreach Vanguard or Greymoor, including the motif chapters from each. Not to mention the item sets from Western Skyrim, survey reports, treasure maps, furnishing recipes, and even the new Sovngarde style pages. On top of that, we've got double rewards for resource nodes, so if you've been wanting to harvest a ton of materials, now is the time to do so. Lastly, let's talk about what I think is the best part of this event, which is essentially a group quest. This unites all antiquarians throughout Tamriel, where all Greymoor players can contribute to unlocking 3 tiers of rewards. And you can check the progress here. I'll have a link to this down in the description below, so if you want to check the progress as we go forward, you can do so. Okay, so how this works is we have 3 different rewards. We've got the Horror Within face and body markings, the Orchidfall Vale Fawn Pet, and then we have the Antiquarian's Alpine Gallery Home, as well as a houseguest. Which, this is really cool, because this is the first houseguest that we've had in ESO, the first one introduced. Each one is going to have a different appearance and can actually be interacted with. It's basically like having your own NPC in your house. So, once we complete 33% of each stage, we get upgraded to the next tier. So I'm going to read this actually directly from the website, just so that there's no misconceptions or any kind of confusion on my part or anyone else's. Unlock a majestic new home, a houseguest, the first of its kind, and more for all Greymoor players as you travel Tamriel to dig up ancient knowledge and relics using the antiquity system during the Lost Treasures of Skyrim event. The more you and your fellow players work together to find treasures, the quicker you'll unlock the new rewards. Now this started on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, and it's going to run until October 5th, 10 a.m. Eastern. Alright, so here we have the Horror Within markings. It looks like actually really well done, at least from this photo. Really well done tattoo design, at least on the arms. I'm not sure about the face. I'm not generally into the facial tattoos or markings, at least not that much. But the arms do look like that's a really well designed tattoo for your character. Next we have the Orchidfall Vale Fawn. It's a non-combat pet. Probably not my favorite. I'm assuming that it glows. It looks like it is a glowy pet, so that could be kind of neat, especially for collectors out there that like getting every possible collection item available. And then lastly, we have the new house. Basically, what happens is, if we succeed in this quest, everyone that has Greymoor is going to get this house and this houseguest. I've got a little tour that I'll be running here. I'm not going to show everything, but I thought it's important to kind of give you an idea of what it is we're fighting for here. So as I continue reading here, at the very bottom, it says you can dig up antiquities almost anywhere within Tamriel, so get ready to find some treasure. This activity is only one part of the Lost Treasures Skyrim event, and you can also earn bonus rewards, event tickets, and collectibles by completing daily quests within Western Skyrim zone. So, specifically, it says you can dig up antiquities almost anywhere within Tamriel. What I take that to mean, and there has been a little bit of contention on what exactly it means, but in my perspective, that means if a location or a zone has the ability to use the antiquity system, then that's going to count towards the progress bar. So very cool. I'm glad they've added this into the game. It's kind of fun to be able to work towards something together. So as always, if you find this guide useful, take a second to scroll down and hit that like button for me. Share this with everyone you know. Let's try and break records with this video. Now, as far as the antiquity system goes, I'm not going to be covering that in this guide. There are several very good guides available on YouTube. Definitely go search them out. It's very easy, but I want to focus more on the event itself, not necessarily the intricate details of the antiquity system. It's been out for a little bit now, so there's just a lot of guides out there already, and I don't want to repeat a bunch of things that have already happened. Okay, so how do you get started on getting all these boxes and rewards during this event? As with most events, do your dailies. In Western Skyrim, it's very easy to do so. There's no prerequisite quest to accept. I was able to walk right up with a fresh character and accept the daily quests immediately. These quests include Harrow Storms, Delves, and World Boss dailies. You'll get your dailies from Solitude near the Way Shrine, right about here on the map. The Harrow Storm daily will be from Sword Thane Jilta. Delve daily is from Tenzin. And the World Boss daily is from Hidiver. Starting with the Harrow Storms, you can see that there are 6 in the Overworld and 4 in Blackreach. And from what I can tell, it doesn't matter which one you do, just as long as you disrupt one of them in order to complete the quest. So if you're not familiar with Harrow Storms, here's the basics. Once the Harrow Storm is active, assuming there's enough people, focus on whichever pike has the most people attacking it. Once it's down, move to the next, and so on until all of them are down. Once the boss is ready to be fought, just attack it until it's dead. Your loot will be in a mound of ashes on the ground towards the center of the Harrow Storm. During this event, there should be tons of people doing these, so just keep an eye on chat and see which Harrow Storm is active at the time. For the Delve, it will ask you to collect certain quest items from one of the 6 available Delves in the region. For this one, it will specifically tell you which Delve to conquer, so make sure to read your journal so that you're heading to the correct one. For mine, I have to collect preserved organs from Dragonhome, over on the west side of the map. Now, it's not required during the Delve quest. You can go ahead and kill the boss while you're in here at a chance of even more loot. Lastly, we have the World Boss Daily. Again, there are 6 of these in Western Skyrim, and the quest will ask you to do both a task, typically either a collection or destroy an artifact, something like that, as well as kill a specific world boss. As you can see, I have to kill Screg and gather evidence proving his dishonorable conduct. Similar to the Harrow Storms, there's going to be a lot of people farming these world bosses, especially during this event. So if you're there and you have a specific world boss that there's no one available to help you with, and it's not something you can do by yourself, go ahead and go to chat and call it out in zone chat, letting people know that this specific boss is up and that you have a quest that you can share. There will be people that are more than happy to come and help you out with that quest. So on top of the rewards you get for turning these quests in, you also have a chance of the bosses dropping a regular Gray Host Pillage box. Okay, now that we've completed our dailies, we'll go ahead and turn them in for our rewards. The first one you turn in per account per day will give you a bulging Gray Host Pillage box. This is a golden box. You'll also get 3 event tickets alongside some gold and 2 of the Skyrim daily boxes. Any other dailies that you turn in will give you just the regular basic Gray Host box, as well as a little gold and the 2 Skyrim daily boxes. One thing to note is that you can repeat your dailies as many times as you want. Simply join a group who has the quest and allow them to share that quest with you. And to be clear, even though you can only get 1 bulging box per day, you still can get regular boxes from any daily that you turn in after that, so make no mistake, you can get any of the items in the regular boxes, just not as many. But not just dailies, you can even get the regular ones from other places as well, and I'll go into that a little bit later. So, like I mentioned, we get event tickets from this. Let's head over to the Impresario to see what we can get this time. The event merchant in Western Skyrim is right here on the map, just outside of Solitude's gates. We have, of course, the nascent indrik, as usual, and the transformation this time is the mossheart indrik. Still not one of my favorites, but I may have to get one just for the collection's sake. If you're not familiar with the indrik, it's a mount that you have to collect all 4 feathers and then turn them into the indrik. Then, to get the mossheart, you have to collect all 4 of its berries to transform the nascent indrik into the mossheart. As far as the impresario herself, she has the style pages from the new Sovngarde Stalwart collection. So if you haven't gotten all of the pieces by the end of the event, you can spend the tickets on that. Though I recommend offering to trade for any duplicates that you have gotten, for the ones that you need. You should be able to complete your set by the end of this event. We also have the feathers for the base indrik, and all 4 berries for the mossheart indrik, so if you need some to complete your set, now's your chance to do so. And we also get a little mini mossheart. It's kind of a cute little non-combat pet, and I know we have a ton of collectors in our community, so this will be a nice one to add to your collection. I actually kind of like this pet a little bit better than the mount itself. Next we have group repair kits, which are really nice for larger groups, whether it's out doing Harrow Storms or Dark Anchors or dungeon runs, anything like that. It's just a nice little kit that repairs everyone in the group at one time. One thing that she seems to be lacking though is furnishings, which for me is a little bit disappointing, because I like being able to see these before actually crafting them for my new home. And we are going to get that new home. Okay, so I try not to put this stuff in the middle of videos very much, but before I continue, I just wanted to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Y'all have come out of the woodworks the last few weeks, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate the likes and the comments I've gotten. It makes me feel like I'm actually helping people with these videos. I'm by no means the best editor or creator, but I do try to make the info as easy and accessible as possible. So if you're new here and want to join our community, just subscribe and say hey in the comments. It's free, and you can always undo it if you don't like what we do. Okay, let's get back into this. Back on the topic of event tickets, I'd like to remind veteran players as well as inform the newcomers, if you go to your inventory and click on the currency tab, you can see that there's a maximum of 12 tickets that you can have at one time. If you don't use them, but you would have gained more than the max, you're going to lose anything over 12. Don't lose your tickets. Use them up unless it's the end of the event and you want to hold them over for the next one. So apart from the daily quests, you can get the Gray Host boxes a few different ways. The first of which is simple and probably something you do every day. If not, maybe now you will. Resource nodes. There's a chance of dropping these Gray Host boxes at each of the resource nodes, excluding a couple that they mentioned on the website like fishing nodes. Now this is only active in Western Skyrim, so while you're out there reaping the benefits of double rewards from the resource nodes, you have a chance for additional loot. The second way is Overland treasure chests. So if you're out there farming Overland sets from chests, you have a chance of getting the Gray Host boxes as well, which in turn have a chance at giving Overland sets. It's kind of like Overland gear inception, if you will. You can also get boxes from any of the world bosses, delve bosses, as well as the Kind's Aegis trial bosses. Now, I won't be going over the trials in this guide, but if you feel capable, that is definitely an available option for you. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time going around farming some resources and treasure chests, a couple of bosses. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch all this, but I kind of want to see how many boxes I get, then we'll open them all, see what we can find inside, and kind of get an idea of drop rates. Alrighty, that was about 30 minutes or so. Let's take a look at what we got. Looks like from doing our dailies and gathering for about 30 minutes, we ended up with 10 purple Gray Host Pillage boxes, the bulging Gray Host box we got from our first daily, and 6 of the standard Skyrim daily rewards. Let's open these up and see if we get anything interesting. Alright, so starting off with some Blackreach style pages, some treasures, and some of the crafting materials. A map, Venomous Mace, that's actually one of the Overland sets here in Western Skyrim. A Greymoor style page, some more treasures. These are just some basic treasures that you can sell. It's basically vendor trash. Okay, got some Crimson Nirnroot that time, as well as some more treasures. That Crimson Nirnroot, I actually don't have any of that, so that's kind of nice. Some more Crimson Nirnroot, and some more of the style materials. I'm betting there's going to be quite a bit of the style materials here. This looked like a bunch of treasures, and then Great Sword of Winter's Respite, or Respite, however you want to say it. That's another of the Overland sets here in Western Skyrim. More treasures, more style materials, even more treasures, some rubidite ore. One of the Blackreach style pages for maces, and a pretty good amount of platinum dust there too. All right, last box we got a treasure map, and another piece of treasure, and another style material. So not the best loot, not exactly what I was wanting. I was hoping for some of the new Sovngarde style pieces, or even like a full motif instead of individual pieces. But let's keep opening these up, see what else we get. Well, that's kind of cool. I already know this one, so I can sell it. Those are worth about 40k. It's one of the blueprints here. It's basically a little footbridge, a little wooden bridge. Kind of cool for housing. Eternal Vigor. That's another one of the sets, Overland sets here. Some more of the Blackreach, that's pretty cool. The daily rewards are going to tend to have quite a bit of the Overland set pieces for Western Skyrim, or for really anywhere that you're doing dailies. That's typically what's in those. There's quite a bit of the Overland pieces available there. Okay, that looks like that's about it. I've opened everything. Got a few things that I definitely didn't already have. Unfortunately, I didn't get the new Sovngarde style pieces. I'm definitely going to be farming these throughout the event, try to get as many as I can. I want to learn all of the pieces, as well as, get enough to maybe sell some and make a little extra gold on the side. Well, that about does it, and thank you all so much for watching. If you have time to show support for my channel, hit that like button and subscribe for future videos. Don't forget to share this with your friends if you think they might need this info as well, and hit that little bell icon. That way YouTube knows that you want to know when I upload a new video. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.